Hello students, welcome to the class of differential calculus. It's a course designed for the students who have just passed their higher secondary exam and entered the college for the first semester students. Differential calculus is an amazing subject which has been being developed and which has progressed since centuries, and it has transcends many fields in terms of applications into the different areas. Students, in Unit 1, we have the 6 sections. The first section is Introduction to Differential Calculus, where we will give some brief history of the development of the differential calculus and the applications of the differential calculus to various fields, be it physics, computer sciences, chemical sciences, biological sciences, economics, or engineering sciences. The basics of differential calculus, we will start from section 2 in terms of limit of a function. And to know more about the function, the continuity which is of a functions, we need a basic and a good hold on the concept of the limit of a function. That it will be done in section 2. In section 3, we will be introducing and we will be studying the continuity of the functions. The word continuity means there is no break, and this intuitive idea behind the name of the continuity of a function will be justified if you when we will see uh, to verify a kind of test to see whether a function is continuous by looking at the graph of a function. After continuity in section 3, we will shift to the section 4. In section 4, we will introduce the idea of the differentiation, and the successive differentiation means if a function is differentiated once, it has to be differentiated twice, thrice, and many times. That's called successive differentiation. In section 5, Leibniz theorem. Leibniz is a very important figure in the development of the differential calculus. Indeed, the whole calculus, Leibniz has a great contribution in the development of differential calculus. An important theorem of Leibniz regarding the differential calculus will be introduced and done through its proof in section 5, and several applications of this theorem will be done there. In the last section, that is the culmination of what the concepts we have been doing from section 1 to 5. All the exercises and many other examples based on these sections will be discussed and done in section 6. Students will be able to grasp many things during this course. In particular, students will be able to calculate limit of functions. Whatever function is given to them, they will be able to know whether the limit of that function is calculable or not at certain point or at certain domains. Students will be able to distinguish between functions, whether they are continuous at a point, they are continuous at a particular set, or they are discontinuous there. There will be many other techniques introduced. I mean, when we say that we will be introducing many techniques to the students to identify the continuity, that means we will be telling them several methods in terms of theorems, in terms of lemmas, or in terms of propositions. Also, student will be able to calculate the derivative of a function. Whatsoever complicated function will be is given to student will be able to calculate at the end of this unit, because all the required tools will be discussed and introduced to the students through this unit. Also, a link between geometry and the calculus will be shown to the students towards the end of the definition, or towards the end of the definition, or the idea of the derivative of a function. Uh, the very beginning, when you have to begin your study of the calculus, uh, whatever subject you will study, first you need to know the name of that subject and why the name of the subject is calculus. It has link with what is being done, what will be done, or what is being done in the calculus. The word calculus is a Latin word. It means small stone. Because in calculus, it's like understanding something by looking at small pieces of that. And we look at the small pieces of that particular aspect or that particular thing, and then we know if there is a need to cut further that thing into smaller pieces, that is done. And until we don't stop until we get to know the change that has happened or that is happening in that place, in that area, or in that function. Once that we get to know this, then we stop. And then another area, differential calculus, what we do in differential calculus, we cut things into pieces. Another big brother, or rather we are say, of differential calculus is the integral calculus. What we do there, where there we club all those, that we join these small pieces. So in brief, differential calculus is the study of definition, properties, and applications of the derivative of a function. And the process of finding the derivative of a function is called the differential.